The last text my wife ever sent me wasn't about love, it was about milk. She wrote, "Don't forget the oat one. It upsets your stomach." I read it 3 hours after she was gone. People think love ends when someone dies. But that's when it starts teaching you things you never wanted to learn. This is not a story about death. It's a story about what love leaves behind. My name is Daniel Carter. I'm 43 years old. I was married to my wife, Emily, for 17 years. We didn't have a dramatic love story, no fireworks, no movie-style beginning. We met in a grocery store aisle, disagreeing about pasta. That argument turned into a coffee. The coffee turned into years. Our first apartment had thin walls, a leaky sink, and one window that never fully closed, but every morning, Emily stood by that window, making coffee like it was sacred. We didn't chase a big life. We chose a steady one. Friday movie nights, Sunday grocery runs, long walks where we talked about nothing and everything. Marriage didn't make us perfect. We argued about dishes, money, and how loud I played my music. But we never argued about loyalty, never about respect, never about choosing each other. Emily left handwritten notes everywhere on the fridge. "Eat something green," in my jacket pocket. "You're stronger than you think." At the time, I smiled and moved on. Now, I treat those notes like scripture. The day Emily died started like every other day. She complained about the weather. I complained about traffic. She kissed my cheek and said, "Don't forget the oat milk." At 2:47 p.m., my phone rang. A calm voice said words that didn't belong together. "Sudden aneurysm. We're sorry." I stood in my office, staring at the wall, thinking, this must be a mistake. Emily doesn't leave without warning. Grief doesn't arrive all at once. First comes shock, then silence. Then the small things start hurting the most. Her toothbrush, her shoes by the door, the cold side of the bed. People brought food, people offered comfort. But at night, when the house stopped pretending to be alive, that's when the weight arrived. Movies tell us love is grand gestures. Emily taught me love is folding laundry together, badly. The days I miss the most aren't vacations. They're Tuesdays. If your life feels boring with someone, congratulations. That's love. I once ignored her call because I was too busy. That decision still echoes. If someone you love wants your attention, that moment matters more than your schedule. People told me to move on. They meant well. But grief isn't weakness. Grief is love with no place to go. I assumed Emily knew how much she meant to me. Never let they already know. Be the reason you stay silent. I still talk to her. Not because I'm stuck, but because love doesn't disappear. Some people leave your life, but they never leave who you become. People ask what kind of husband I was. I wasn't perfect, but I cooked dinner every Sunday. I left handwritten notes. And every night, no matter how tired I was, I told her, "Thank you for choosing me." I didn't know those small habits would become someone else's definition of love. A year after Emily passed, I finally cleaned her side of the closet. Inside one coat pocket, I found a note she'd written to me. "If you ever read this without me around, please don't shrink your life. Love loudly again." I sat on the floor and cried, not because she was gone, but because she still wanted me to live. Losing her didn't end my story. It deepened it. I'm softer now, slower, more present. Emily didn't just love me. She changed the way I see life. Love isn't measured by how long someone stays, but by how much of them lives on in you. If someone you love is still breathing, go tell them something meaningful today. And if you're grieving, know this: love doesn't end, it evolves. Welcome to Old Soul Lessons, where stories become wisdom. Subscribe if you believe stories can heal, and comment below. What is one thing you'd tell someone you love if you had no time left? And also tell us, what is one small thing you'll do today to show love more intentionally?